The sand blasting, water blasting is done, so we have a mostly clean hull. You can see there's still some blue left in some spots here that they weren't able to do with the water blaster. So we're just gonna come through, clean those up. One issue is that we see spots like this where maybe there was a repair or a patch at some point, and we can see that there's a lot of like sharp edges all over it. So we're gonna have to come through that and just smooth all that out. Come with me to the other side of the boat. Ow. We've also got things that look like they were added later to the boat. I mean, she is 30 years old, so it's expected that at some point they did stuff like this, but this is the original gel coat we think here, and this is new gel coat or fairing that they added after. And some of the new fairing, which is really good that we caught this now and not after we started seeing a lot of blistering on the boat later down the line. You can see there's a lot of these little pockets that have formed over time where water worked its way into this new fairing. So what we're going to do is look where any of these pockets are, which is big ones like this one, but a lot of small ones like this and this. And we're just going to kind of sand and grind all this down until it's smooth. Then we're going to epoxy it over to make this all fair again, and then we can start painting. So we were hoping to paint this weekend, but we've got a lot of just cleanup to do before we can get to that point, and then we got to let the hull dry out, then we can get our first barrier coat on. So knock all that out this weekend, and hopefully next week sometime we can start painting. I hear a squeaking noise. So I hear a squeaking noise coming from inside of this. Can you get the microphone real close to see if I can hear it?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna try undoing the screw further down and seeing if we had the same problem down here. Yep. Well, good thing we found that now and not after that water had done damage to, I guess, our rudder post and the skeg itself. So yeah, let's get these out and let this all drain.
I've taken a bigger drill bit and enlarged all of these holes, and even these ones. And then I've actually put in, if you can see, 2 holes underneath so that I could see if there was water coming out of it. And then we're going to take a heat gun. It's actually welding gun, and we're going to try to dry it out from the inside and see what happens. We also found cracked fiberglass from an old repair at the front of the skeg, which we tried to do our best to dry out with a blower. And no, that's not the X-Files style black goo coming out to take over your body. That is water mixing with blue paint that got stuck inside the cracks while sanding. All in all, more bad news. Meanwhile, we continued to clean up the hull, a job that took way longer than anticipated. Again. We taped together 4 thick plastic tarps that we got from Lowe's to make one giant tarp for the boat to protect it from rain, wind, and dust. We held down the 6mm heavy tarp on the deck using our anchor chain all around the boat and painter's tape to seal it down.
Last one. Then the boat is tarped up. Okay. Oh my god, that's slippery.
Got the tarp on the boat with basically the chain holding it down. So you can see it's kind of hanging over in some spots. I'm just going to pull it down all around, and that'll help us keep the water off so we can paint.
Once done, and while I wouldn't exactly call it perfectly waterproof, our tarp would significantly reduce the amount of water coming down our hull. Oh, I just dropped a whole bunch of sand on myself. Oh, okay. So, as if we don't have enough going on with the hull and the blisters and all the other projects that have sort of been on hold because of everything we've had to do for the bottom, we have a new surprise! Yay! This is our skeg, and basically the skeg is in front of the rudder. The rudder is what helps us basically navigate, maneuver. Maneuver is a better word for it. And they should both not have water inside of them. And when we were cleaning up, there were two boards here that we took away, and as soon as we took them away and we unscrewed them, we had water flowing out of all of these holes. And the problem there is that there should be no water coming out of those holes. So we took the boards out to clean them, but also to figure out how bad the problem is. We could have a skeg that is basically full of water and rotting and ready to fall off, or we could have had a little bit of water in there that we need to kick out, seal everything back up, and we should be fine. So what we've done is we've put in a whole bunch of extra holes. So this hole here wasn't here before. Thank you, bugs. We just put some random holes here and at the bottom to see how much water there is and to help it drain. We've also, as you can see, put our rudder on a jack stand, and I'm getting swarmed, and taken away, where is it? The boot, which basically has, attaches the rudder to the skeg, and it had 4 bolts basically here. The 3 bolts were actually in really good condition considering they were original to the boat from '93. But this one, the last one, had no head. So the bolt had broken off, and so that took a little bit of creativity to get off. But we're gonna clean this guy up, and there is some pitting on the outside of this. So we are going to get someone to help us weld, because one thing we don't have is welding equipment, and I don't think we want to buy them. So we're going to get someone to help us weld this baby up nicely. But any free time between the hull has been spent turning our shop vac, which has sand in it. Everything has sand in it. And turning it into a blower. And basically sticking it into these holes to push all the water out. And we had come really close, but then we went to lunch and it had a surprise rain shower and it flooded all of these, and we lost 2 days worth of work. And so we're gonna restart that. We're gonna tape it up anytime we are leaving or it's raining, and we're gonna get the skeg dry. I think we fall more into the second category of it's got a little bit of water in it. We're just gonna dry it out, epoxy everything back up, epoxy the holes this time because it doesn't look like they were epoxied very well, and seal everything up as best we can. So another project, another surprise, but hopefully one that we can manage. It's just we're both spread a little thin between the hull and this, but I have faith in us. I think we can get it done.
We picked this up at the store. It's called watertight epoxy filler, and the idea is that it is going to be below the barrier coat and sometimes between the barrier coat when we hit the filler. So basically it's like a putty. So you use it to fill in and fare and make the surface smooth. So any area here where we have this is gel coat, and this is fiberglass, we're just going to fill that in with the watertight. This is a 1-to-1, so it makes it very easy to mix. So take 1 part each, mix it into a cup, spread it onto the area, and then later on we can kind of sand that flat. That'll let us get the entire boat fair before we start our barrier coat. It's pretty early in the morning, but we've got here so we can take a look at the handiwork we did yesterday with the fiberglassing. All sounds pretty good. This is all, although it looks really wet, this is all actually solid. Even the fairing in here is solid as well. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. This is our first time actually using, well, correctly, I guess, using release paper. Easier than I thought it would be. But yeah. Oh, sorry. Look at that. Got a couple of small voids, but overall this part came out really, really well. Much less sanding we need to do there. Profile looks really good. Sand it down a little bit. Let's get the rest of this off. It looks awesome. I think the release cloth really made a big difference. We didn't use it the first time. We just kind of put things on and shaped it and sanded it after. But you can see that this whole edge here, not perfect, but you know, very, very close to the profile we were looking for. A little bit more build out we need to do right there, but overall, just much smoother, much easier to start the sanding process with something that's mostly in the shape of what you were looking for rather than starting from scratch. So I think we're really close to having the skeg done. Then we can start bottom painting.
All right, she's been sanded, blasted, faired, resanded, and faired again, and you get the idea. So it's time. Today I think is the big day. I think we are going to get to paint, or at least start painting the many, many coats. 9 coats to be exact. The first 5 of which are going to be barrier coat, and we are not sponsored by anybody, but we are going to basically be using a ton of Interlux products. We're going to start with Interlux 202, which is going to clean up the boat and clean up the surface and prep up the surface that we need to, and then proceed on to Interlux 2000E. We'll put all the products we use down in the description, but we've got more paint supplies than I think I've ever seen in my whole life, and it's an exciting day. Oh, let's get to painting. Well, prepping and then painting.
Hi, let's go.
Alright, let's take a look at our weather forecast today.
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Got the Tropicana, fresh cut sushi on a platter. Brandy, honey, it don't matter, shots. Till I drop, gonna be 24/7, golden hour like a boss. And they say, yo, guess you got a 2 o'clock appointment for a champagne shot, whoa, yeah. I'm busy trying to take it higher. Got no time for never, only spending cheddar. Wish I could do this forever. Chilling with the hottest company. They all wanna welcome me to their private penthouse suite. Yeah, now I got the key. Rooftop pool, got a heli on speed. Ocean view from the highest peak. I'm complete. Oh, I want this to stay. Please don't.
It is the last of 9 coats of paint that have gone onto this boat. She still has to get painted under the jack stand and for us to get reblocked so we can do under the keel where the boat is being held up, but this is the 90% mark for sure. It is the last, oh, I thought my glove broke again. It's the last step and the last big paint job, and one of the last cans, which means our trunk is starting to empty out again, which is amazing. Oh, so excited. One is all the fun little tools that we use for these jobs. This was lent to us by our cruiser friends who have lent us stuff. They've given us advice. They've painted a few layers on with us. Like they've fared. Oh my God, they've been such a great help. I don't think we could have gotten this done in the time frame we got it done, as well as we've gotten it done without their help. But I am ready to be done. I'm ready to stop being in these same clothes for day after day. I have ruined more clothes than I ever have in my life, but the boat looks amazing. We were getting compliments all the time, and I'm so, so happy and so proud of us for doing this. So, yeah. Let's go. That was too much.
Yeah, sunny day, sunny